Today on the channel we're going to check out this MXR Rockman X100 pedal and see how it stacks up next to a real Rockman. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this MXR Rockman X100 pedal. These things have been out for a while now, probably a couple months or so, and my drummer Scott let me borrow his. I've been wanting to test one of these out for a while, and so he said, hey man, check it out. He knows I'm into Boston, and he volunteered his pedal for the channel for us to use today, so we'll take a look at it. So as you can see, this is supposed to be like the X100, which was the little amplifier that you put on your belt clip, and it's got, you know, your volume, and it looks like your input drive, and you got a chorus effect. There's different modes. There's, I guess, got your clean one, your clean two, and your edge, and your distortion models like what's on the X100. I've got an X100, but what I'm going to do on this demo is I'm going to take this pedal and demo it against a Rockman sustainer running through a chorus and echo unit just to see how it can stack up. Alright, and it'll be fun. We're going to run it directly into Pro Tools and record it in stereo. So let's take a look at it and check it out. Okay, so I've got this thing running into Pro Tools. I've got some stereo delay and stereo reverb added to the mix because I'm going to demonstrate this in comparison to my Rockman rack mount units. I've got a sustainer with a stereo delay and reverb unit, so I want the comparisons to be very similar, okay? And this just has chorus and clean and distortion channels, okay? One thing that you'll notice when you turn the chorus on, it's either on or it's off, right? And Tom Scholz, he had one chorus setting and he really liked it, so it was pretty much set it and forget it. You know, there's 4 settings, 2 cleans, 2 distortions. So we're going to start with a clean, then we'll do clean with distortion, or a clean with the chorus, then we'll go to the next clean, do the chorus, the edge with the chorus, and the distortion with the chorus, okay? So let's check it out. So without the pedal engaged, this is what it sounds like. Okay, so here are my Rockman units. This is my sustainer, my stereo chorus, and my stereo echo. I've got this running in stereo to Pro Tools. No effects added other than what's here in front of you, the stereo chorus and the stereo echo. Now the X100 was meant to be a headphone amp with, you know, the Boston sound, the Rockman sound. Now this one has a lot more functionality, capabilities. The sustainer allows you to shape the tone a little bit more distortion and stuff than the X100. But it does sound very similar, I got to admit. But we'll listen to it and we can do a comparison. I'm going to run the cleans and then the gain channels, okay? So let's check it out. Here's the clean, and I'm just going to leave my chorus and echo units the way that they are, okay? So basically, that's what the echo and the chorus sound like. All right, kind of trippy. So here we go. Okay, so here's my final thoughts on the MXR Rockman X100 pedal. I think this is a nice pedal. I think it does sound like the X100 headphone amp. I think the X100 headphone amp has a little bit more compression. Maybe that's just my ears. But this thing records really easy. It goes out in a mono signal to your interface, and if you add some stereo delay and some stereo echo, it's going to really sound like Boston, okay? The X100 headphone amp is a royal pain in the butt to record with, and it's super noisy. As you could tell, this thing was a little bit noisy as well. But, you know, those X100s run about 600 bucks, 650 on average used, so that's a lot of coin. I saw some of these for around 350 on eBay, maybe a little bit less. Reverb might have some a little bit less expensive. It does come with a power adapter, and MXR makes some really high quality stuff. Now, in comparison to my rack mount units, the Sustainer, the Echo, the Chorus, no comparison. I mean, I think obviously, you know, it's a lot more advanced. The rack units are a lot more powerful, but they sound completely day and night different, in my opinion. If you really want the true Boston sound, that's the way to go. Get some of the rack mount units. They're getting more expensive every day due to the rarity of them and the popularity. I've seen them go for $650, $750 a piece, higher depending on, you know, what you're looking at. The Sustainer, the Chorus, the delays, they all seem to run between $600 to $1,000 a piece. That's a lot of money for kind of you know, one sound, but nothing sounds like it in the world, and it's wonderful. But anyway, that's the MXR Rockman X100. I hope you like this kind of content. If you do, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.